Hi everyone, I'm Corey Jones or WeCJ and welcome to Commander class. In today's class we will be talking about the Painlands of Magic the Gathering. So when it comes to the Painlands of Magic the Gathering, Painland is a land that when it taps to add a colour or taps to add more than one mana, it usually does 1 to 3 damage to you depending on the land. When it comes to different versions of Painlands, there are the original ones that come in allied and enemy colours. There are the tapped Painlands. There are the Threshold Painlands, the Spell Desert Painlands, the Horizon Painlands, and then there's other. The reason there is an other is that there is a few different lands that don't really categorize as anything, so I've just put them all together and just put them as other. So when it comes to this class, I will be going over each individual one and reading out the cards and what they do. So when it comes to the original Painlands, there is 5 allied and 5 enemy colours, and I'll be going over them now. Brushland, it's a land that is a rare, it taps for a waste or a colourless, it also has tap, add a green or white, Brushland deals 1 damage to you. Next we have Underground River, it is a land that is a rare, it taps for a colourless or a waste, add a blue or black, Underground River deals 1 damage to you. A Darker's Waste is a land that is a rare, it taps for a colourless, but you can also tap for a white or blue, a Darker's Waste deals 1 damage to you. Carpulsan Forest is a land that is a rare, it taps for a waste or a colourless, add a red or green, Carpulous Forest deals 1 damage to you. Sulphurous Springs is a land that is a rare, it taps for a colourless or a waste, you can tap it to add a black or red, Sulphurous Springs deals 1 damage to you. Battlefield Forge is a land that is a rare, it taps for a colourless or a waste, you can tap it to add a red or white, Battlefield Forge deals 1 damage to you. Liana War Wastes is a land that is a rare, you can tap it for a colourless or a waste, you can tap it to add a black or green, Liana War Wastes deals 1 damage to you. Caves of Koleos is a land that is a rare, tap to add a waste or colourless, you can tap it to add a white or black, Caves of Koleos deals 1 damage to you. Shivan Reef is a land that is a rare, you can tap it to add a waste or colourless, you can tap it to add a blue or red, Shivan Reef deals 1 damage to you. Yavimaya Coast is a land that is a rare, you can tap it for a waste or colourless, you can tap it for a green or a blue, Yavimaya Coast deals 1 damage to you. When it comes to the tapped Painlands, they're kind of the same as the normal ones except for they enter the battlefield tapped and there's no real way on the card itself to make them enter untapped. So they pretty much do the exact same as the lands, but you can't really play them turn 1 unless you have a way to untap all your permanents. Caldera Lake, it's a land that's an uncommon. Caldera Lake enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a colourless or a waste to your mana pool, or you can tap it to add a blue or red to your mana pool. Caldera Lake deals 1 damage to you. Pine Barrens, it's a land that is an uncommon. Pine Barrens enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a colourless waste to your mana pool. You can tap it to add a black or green to your mana pool. Pine Barrens deals 1 damage to you. Salt Flats, it's a land that's an uncommon. Salt Flat enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a colourless waste to your mana pool. You can tap it to add a white or black to your mana pool. Salt Flats deals 1 damage to you. Scrabland is a land that's an uncommon. Scrabland enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a waste or a colourless to your mana pool. You can tap it to add a red or white to your mana pool. Scrabland deals 1 damage to you. Sky Shroud Forest, it's a land that's an uncommon. Sky Shroud Forest enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a waste or colourless to your mana pool. Or you can tap it to add a green or blue to your mana pool. Sky Shroud Forest deals 1 damage to you. The only difference is that they also added 1 that taps for any mana of any colour, so I'll also be putting this in this listing, and here it is on screen now. Grand Colosseum, it is a land that is a rare. Grand Colosseum enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it for a waste or colourless to your mana pool, or you can tap it, add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. Grand Colosseum deals 1 damage to you. The next ones I will be talking about is the Threshold lands. The Threshold lands are 1 of each colour, so there is 5 in total. They tap for each individual colour that deals a damage to you. However, there's also a threshold where you tap 1 that is the same colour of the land itself, tap it, sack it, and you get a special ability or an activated ability, depending on which one. So I'm going to go through them all now, and here they are on screen. Barbarian Ring, it's a land that's an uncommon. Tap it, add a red to your mana pool. Barbarian Ring deals 1 damage to you. It has threshold. For 1 red, tap it, sacrifice Barbarian Ring. Barbarian Ring deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Cabal Pit, it's a land that's an uncommon. Tap it, add a black to your mana pool. Cabal Pit deals 1 damage to you. It has threshold for black. Tap it, sacrifice it. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Centaur's Garden is a land that's an uncommon. Tap it, add a green to your mana pool. Centaur's Garden deals 1 damage to you. It has threshold for a green, tap it and sack it. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Cephalid Colosseum is a land that's an uncommon. Tap it, add blue to your mana pool. Cephalid Colosseum deals 1 damage to you. It has threshold for a blue and tap it, sacrifice Cephalid Colosseum. Target player draws 3 cards, then discards 3 cards from his or her hand. Nomad Stadium is a land that's an uncommon. Tap it, add a white to your mana pool. Nomad Stadium deals 1 damage to you. It has threshold for a white and tap it, sacrifice Nomad Stadium, gain 4 life. So there is also the Spell Desert lands. There is 5 of them in total. They is 1 of each colour. You can tap any of them for a colourless or a waste, but you can also tap, pay a life and add the colour that is dedicated to the land. And then there is also tap some form of mana, tap it and sacrifice a desert. They are all deserts, so you can sack the card itself, but if you also have another desert on the field, you can sacrifice that and then it activates an ability. And there are 5 on the screen now. Hashep Oasis, it is a land that is a desert that's an uncommon. Tap, add a colourless or waste to your mana pool. Tap it, pay 1 life, add a green to your mana pool. For 1 and 2 green, tap it, sacrifice a desert. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Activate this ability only time you can cast a sorcery. If Near Deadland is a land that's a desert that's an uncommon. Tap to add a colourless or a waste to your mana pool. Tap, pay 1 life, add a black to your mana pool. For 2 and 2 black, tap it, sacrifice a desert. Put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature and opponent controls. Activate this ability only time you can cast a sorcery. Ipnu Rivulet is a land that is a desert that's an uncommon. Tap, add a colourless or a waste to your mana pool. Tap, pay 1 life, add a blue to your mana pool. For 1 blue, tap it, sacrifice a desert. Target player puts the top 4 cards of his or her library into the graveyard. Ramunap Ruins is a land that's a desert that's an uncommon. Tap, add a waste or a colourless to your mana pool. Tap, pay 1 life, add a red to your mana pool. For 2 and 2 red and tap it, sacrifice a desert. Ramunap Ruins deals 2 damage to each opponent. Shifet Dunes is a land that's a desert that's an uncommon. Tap to add a colourless or a waste to your mana pool. Tap, pay 1 life, add a white to your mana pool. For 2 and 2 white and tap it, sacrifice a desert. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. There are also Horizon lands. There are 6 of them in total. They're all dual lands. They have tap, do 1 damage to you, and you get 1 of the 2 colours. There's also tap 1, tap it, and sack it to draw a card. And I'll be putting them on screen now. Horizon Canopy is a land that is a rare. Tap, pay 1 life, add a green or white to your mana pool. Tap 1 and it, sacrifice Horizon Canopy, draw a card. Fiery Islet is a land that is a rare. Tap, pay a life, add a blue or red. Tap 1 and it, sacrifice Fiery Island, draw a card. Naturing Peatland is a land that is a rare. Tap, pay a life, add a green or black. Tap 1 and it, sacrifice Naturing Peatland, draw a card. Silent Clearing is a land that is a rare. Tap, pay a life, add a white or black. Tap 1 and it, sacrifice Silent Clearing, draw a card. Sunbaked Canyon is a land that is a rare. Tap, pay a life, add a red or white. Tap 1 and it, sacrifice Sunbaked Canyon, draw a card. Waterlogged Grove is a land that is a rare. Tap, pay a life, add a green or blue. Tap 1 and it, sacrifice Waterlogged Grove, draw a card. And then finally, there's other pain lands. These are lands that tap and do damage to you, but you get mana of different variations of sizes, or some have abilities. So I'm just going to be reading them out on the screen now. Boziju, Who Sheltered All, is a legendary land that is a rare. Bozijo, Who Sheltered All, comes in play tapped. Tap, pay 2 life, add 1 mana to your mana pool. If that mana was spent to cast an instant sorcery, that spell can't be countered by spells or abilities. Hall of the Bandit Lord is a legendary land that is a rare. Hall of the Bandit Lord comes in tapped. Tap, pay 3 life, add 1 mana to your mana pool. If the mana was spent to cast a creature spell, that creature has haste. Utahi Drake, the Cloud Keeper, is a legendary land that is a rare. Utahi Drake, the Cloud Keeper, comes into play tapped. Tap, pay 2 life, add 2 mana to your mana pool. Spend this mana to only play legendary spells. Murmuring Bosk is a land that is a forest that is a rare. Tap, add a green. As Murmuring Bosk enters the battlefield, reveal a tree foe card from your hand. If you don't, Murmuring Bosk enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it for a white or black. Murmuring Boss deals 1 damage to you. Transportal, it's a land that's a gate that's a rare. Transportal enters battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. As Transportal enters the battlefield, choose a basic land type. Transportal is the chosen type in addition to its other types. Mana abilities of Transportal cost an additional 1 life to activate. Mana Conflux, it's a land that is a rare. Tap, pay a life, add a mana of any colour to your mana pool. Spire of Industry, it's a land that is a rare. It taps for a waste or a colourless. You can tap it, pay a life, add 1 mana of any colour, activate only if you control an artifact. Tarnished Citadel, it's a land that is a rare. Tap, add 1 colourless mana to your mana pool. Tap, add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. Tarnished Citadel deals 3 damage to you. Corrupted Crossroads, it's a land that is a rare. Tap to add a waste or a colourless, or tap, pay a life, add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast spells with Devoid. Tomb of Urami, it's a legendary land that is a rare. Tap, add black mana to your mana pool. Tomb of Urami deals 1 damage to you if you do not control an orc. For 2 and 2 black and tap it, sacrifice all lands you control, put a legendary 5/5 black demon spirit creature token with flying named Urami into play. Ancient Tomb, it is a land that is a rare. Tap, add 2 colourless or wastes. Ancient Tomb deals 2 damage to you. So I know this class is very short, but now you know everything about pain lands. So as always, remember to like, subscribe, and follow me on all my social media. Remember to like and share this around. I'm really enjoying doing these classes. And in the next class, I'll be talking about tapped lands. So hopefully I get to see you in the next class.